Now confirmed, Princess Leonor channels Princess of Wales for her royal wedding. The grand bells of Madrid's royal palace echoed across the Spanish capital as the world turned its gaze toward Princess Leonor, Spain's beloved future queen. Everyone expected a modern, understated royal wedding, something uniquely Spanish and simple. But what unfolded inside the royal chapel stunned even the most seasoned royal watchers. Princess Leonor appeared not just as a bride but as a living echo of the late Princess of Wales. A quiet tribute so powerful, so symbolic, it left the world breathless. Many expected Leonor to break completely from royal tradition, to be the modern monarch of a new generation. Yet, her wedding revealed a side of her that few had ever seen: graceful, emotional, and deeply connected to royal legacy. And that's where the story begins. Because what Princess Leonor chose to do, wear, and represent on that day wasn't just about fashion or beauty. It was about heritage, power, and a message, one that traveled far beyond the palace walls of Spain. For months, rumors swirled. Designers were discreet. Palace insiders refused to comment. But behind the closed doors of Zarzuela Palace, Leonor was planning something extraordinary, a wedding that would bridge generations and redefine what it means to be royal in the 21st century. And the inspiration she turned to came from none other than the woman the world still calls the People's Princess. When Leonor stepped into the cathedral, the resemblance was unmistakable. The structure of the gown, the delicate lace detailing, and even the emotional elegance of her walk mirrored the essence of Princess Diana's iconic bridal moment decades earlier. But this wasn't imitation. It was transformation. Leonor had taken a symbol of British royalty and turned it into a statement of Spanish strength. A blend of heritage and individuality that told the world, she wasn't just following tradition. She was rewriting it. Witnesses describe how the audience fell silent as Leonor made her entrance. The soft light of the cathedral's stained glass reflected on her veil, illuminating her calm expression. Every step she took carried weight, the weight of history, duty, and love. And yet, there was warmth in her eyes, the kind of warmth that Diana once carried, that same aura of empathy that connects monarchs to their people. But why did Leonor choose to channel the Princess of Wales? The answer lies deep within her upbringing. From Queen Letizia, she inherited the discipline and poise of a modern leader. From her father, King Felipe VI, she learned the weight of legacy. But from history, from watching how Diana changed the image of royalty, Leonor learned something far more profound: that compassion is power. That grace under scrutiny can move nations. And so, this royal wedding wasn't just a ceremony. It was a declaration. Leonor wasn't trying to be Diana, she was paying homage to the humanity Diana embodied, while showing the world that a new kind of queen was rising. A queen who could lead Spain with both elegance and empathy. Every aspect of the ceremony reflected this balance. The floral arrangements symbolized peace between nations. The choir performed a piece written for both the Spanish and British royal families, subtly honoring unity. Even the tiara, the very one rumored to have been worn by Queen Letizia at her own wedding, was reimagined with subtle nods to Diana's Spencer style. Then came the vows. Delivered in a voice steady yet trembling with emotion, Leonor's words captivated millions watching live. There was sincerity, a quiet reminder that this wasn't just a royal union, but a deeply human one. Her gaze toward her groom revealed the same emotional intensity that made Diana's own wedding moment unforgettable. And as cameras zoomed in, viewers could see the golden embroidery hidden inside the gown's hem, initials delicately intertwined, forming not just a romantic gesture, but a symbol of unity between families and nations. Every thread told a story of love, legacy, and courage. But what many didn't see was the private symbolism behind it all. Leonor's decision to wear a gown inspired by the Princess of Wales wasn't just aesthetic. It was spiritual. It was her way of bridging the old and the new, showing that monarchy in the modern age could still carry soul and sentiment, not just ceremony. After the vows, when Leonor and her husband exited the chapel to the roar of thousands, her composure remained radiant. But for a brief moment, a single tear glistened, not of fear or pressure, but of gratitude. The kind Diana once had when she realized the world wasn't just watching her, they were feeling with her. This emotional depth is what makes Leonor's wedding so historic. Because beneath the titles, crowns, and centuries of expectation, she reminded the world that even queens are human, capable of love, vulnerability, and choice. Her wedding became a mirror, reflecting how monarchy has evolved, not by discarding its past, but by reinterpreting it. And just like Diana, Leonor's influence is already beginning to shape the hearts of a new generation. She's modern yet traditional, poised yet warm. Her story isn't about perfection, it's about balance. It's about how the world's youngest future queen can look to the past not as a burden, but as inspiration. As the newlyweds greeted their guests, subtle smiles passed between Leonor and her mother, Queen Letizia, a silent acknowledgement that the torch had truly passed. Leonor had stepped into her role not only as Spain's future monarch but as the face of a compassionate, connected royalty that spans continents. Later that evening, during the royal banquet, guests noticed another quiet tribute. The music playing softly in the background included a rendition of Pachelbel's Canon, the same piece performed during Diana's wedding procession. It was a whisper of nostalgia, a reminder of the universal language of love and tradition that connects royal hearts across time. And when Leonor gave her first speech as a married princess, she spoke with honesty that moved even the most stoic diplomats. She thanked her parents, her nation, and those who came before her, for teaching me that love is not weakness, but the foundation of true leadership. That moment, perhaps more than any other, defined her transformation. From a young girl shaped by duty to a woman guided by purpose. A future queen who understands that the world doesn't need perfection, it needs authenticity. As night fell over Madrid and fireworks illuminated the palace skies, one truth became clear. Princess Leonor had not only honored the Princess of Wales but had also reclaimed her own story. A story of love, strength, and a destiny uniquely hers. And while history will forever remember Diana as the princess who redefined royalty, it will remember Leonor as the queen who revived its heart. Because through her choices, her grace, and her courage, she proved that the crown can still shine, not through power alone, but through the light of compassion. Spain's royal legacy has entered a new era. One led by a young woman who carries the wisdom of the past and the vision of the future. The world watches, once again, not just in admiration, but in awe. And as Princess Leonor begins her next chapter as both bride and future monarch, one thing is certain, this was more than a royal wedding. It was a message, to Spain, to Europe, and to the world, that the soul of royalty still beats with love, humanity, and grace. Princess Leonor's royal journey has only just begun, and the world is ready to follow every step.